Hello, 1st of July 2022. Of course, we've been through 21, 2020, 2019, 2018. Stop! How many more you want to tell? Oh, there are thousands if we go like that. Today is, perhaps you know, perhaps you are aware, is International Day of Jokes. International Day of Jokes. Jokes are have been the humanity's, the civilization's custom for number of years, maybe uncountable, can't tell exactly because one has to know more on this. But the main point is when the communication started between people in different forms of languages, different forms of alphabets, different forms of sounds. Then and then only as we progressed, as the human being progressed, I think this has got a place to cheer up one other. The Eskimos will say chimo. It is not a joke, of course, just to make yourself, make each other feel comfortable, feel happy, that kind of thing. जस्तो कि हामी नेपालीमा भन्छौँ नि, चिउरा खानुभयो। नेवारीहरूको खास गरिकन हाम्रो काठमाडौँको एउटा थियो पहिला है, हाम्रो पिताजीलाई बिचरा घाममा बसेर दारी काट्दै गरेकोलाई अब खाना त बिहानै 10 बजे खाने, अनि त्यो किसान, हामी ज्यापु भन्छौँ उनीहरूलाई, अब त्यो पनि अब त्यस बेलाको कुरा हो। चिउरा खानुभयो भनेर सोध्थे क्या उनीहरूले। The idea, I think they were passing was to try to come close together. Oh, that is first step. Once you are close together, then and then only maybe you can share a joke, maybe over a drink or two, perhaps. All right. So there are several jokes. All right. It is difficult to decide. It is extremely difficult. You also try. If you are listening, you also try to select a joke which you think is one of the best. It's a difficult task. I know about one. I'll tell you very briefly. A doctor, basically relates to a doctor. Well, nothing wrong with that, of course. He had a cat as a pet cat. Now this pet cat used to wander around the neighborhood. He used to go around servicing the female cats. And always when the doctor came back home, the cat is not there at home. So he'll wait. Finally the cat would arrive in a very jocular mood, in a very, a very likable mood for him. And the owner would ask him, "What have you been doing? You dirty fellow. I came here, you are supposed to be here, you are not here, where have you been?" Then the cat will answer in a non-clatant mood, "Oh master, I've been around here and there, I have to service so many other female cats in the neighborhood, so I was busy." Okay, all right. Chapter 1 is closed. A little bit longish one. Have some patience, it's a good one, have some patience. Next now. What happens? The doctor gets very jealous. Okay, this guy, this bugger is going around having a fun of his life and I have to do something about it. So he will take the cat to his hospital. I mean the doctor would take his cat, his pet cat, his own cat, his lovable cat, his non-latent cat. So you take this cat to the hospital and have him castrated. You understand what is castrating, of course. So he was castrated, cat was castrated by the doctor, and then he was given fluid for 1 or 2 days, taken back home. Okay, the doctor feels very relieved. Doctor feels very relieved. Now I have taught this guy a lesson, let me see now. So I'm going to be more at comfort, I'm going to be more at rest. I have taught him a lesson. Part 2 closes, part 3 now. Part 3. What is part 3? Okay, doctor goes usually to his work, hospital, clinic, and one day while he was coming back from the hospital, coming back from his workplace, he sees, he looks, he finds there is a big tree and there is a chabutara, the tree has got a platform that is called the chabutara. People go root mein pehla humte. And his cat is sitting there. Cat is sitting there like a speaker of unbounded talents. And there are several other cats who are sitting a bit below on the ground below the chabutara. And this cat is, telling this, that, and they are intently listening. Okay. So then the doctor goes home, reaches home, and again the cat is not there, obviously, because he was lecturing the other guys. He was lecturing the other cats, in fact. Okay. So the cat finally arrives in a jocular mood. Of course, he has been castrated, as I already said in part 2. Now the doctor is worried now. Doctor has got a concern. Doctor has to ask him something. He says, okay boy, okay, my dear cat, my dear fellow, I have cut off your manhood, and still, what is that you are doing? What is that you are doing? Now the answer is very important here. This is the last part. Pay attention. Pay attention. The cat will say, Master, now you see, with all due regards to you, you cut my manhood off. Therefore, I am not able to perform, but I will advise others. I cannot perform. My manhood has been cut, like you have done. But I am going to advise. I am advising every evening because I cannot perform. What I can do is only to advise. Okay, so that is a consultant. In the medical terms, a person who will only advise but would not be able to perform. So there is a parable here, there is an analogy here, try to understand it. I find this one of the best jokes I have heard in my life. Okay, with all due regards to some Sri Lankan colleagues who were here, I first heard from them, but I find this everlasting, evergreen joke. Enjoy.